Welcome to the Sword Art Online Wikia. This is your introduction to Sword Art Online Volume 26, Unital Ring V. This book follows two major plotlines concurrently. On the Unital Ring side, the SAO players banding around Kirito's town finally begin their journey towards the heavenly light. Meanwhile, the mysterious situation in Underworld continues to unravel as Kirito and Eolyne set off into space towards Planet Admina. On the Unital Ring side of the story, the gang learns that the game's world is divided into several vertical layers like a wedding cake. In order to reach the heavenly light, the players will need to make their way from the outer ring that all the Seed Nexus community started on towards the central area of the world. But getting from one layer to the next is easier said than done, since steep cliffs separate the layers from each other and the only way to climb them is through special dungeons guarded by powerful monsters. What's more, two other communities, Asuka Empire and Apocalyptic Date respectively, have already managed to break through to the second layer already. Not wanting to be left lagging behind in the dust by the two powerhouses, Silica and Sinon organize a raid consisting of their companions, their new friends from a game called Insecsite, as well as their new SAO allies from the former Mutasina army, and finally, volunteers from the town's NPC residents to break through to the second layer. And as luck would have it, the stair dungeon to the next layer is located not too far away from town. Now, the gang just needs to figure out a way to deal with a swarm of giant killer hornets blocking the soul path into this very dungeon. Meanwhile, the narrative also heats up on the Underworld side. Having discovered Selka along with Ronnie and Tise in deep freeze at the Cloudtop Garden, Kirito and Co need to find a way to unfreeze the girls, but a certain Star King left the documentation on the defreezing art on the other planet, Admina. Luckily, the Star King also left them with a means of traversing the stars, his very own personal two-seater mecha drag. As the commander of the Integrity Pilot Order, Eolyne Herlentz suspects a conspiracy brewing on Planet Admina, he and Kirito will have to visit the planet incognito to search for a way to unfreeze the girls, while also digging into who's pulling the strings behind the insurgency on Admina. But nothing is ever that easy, and the two young men will soon find themselves in for a very bumpy ride. On Admina, Eolyne and Kirito will come across a mysterious facility where highly unsavory experiments are being conducted, and will run into a mysterious old friend of Eolyne's. For more on Sword Art Online, make sure to visit the Sword Art Online Wikia. Check out these other SAO Wikia features that we know you'll find useful. We even have an extensive summary of Unital Ring V as an SAO Wikia podcast. And don't forget to follow us at SAO_Wikia on Twitter for the latest news on the series.